Hello and welcome into LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for joining us. LMU-DCOM is an authorized training center for the American Heart Association, and they are doing their part in raising awareness for National Heart Month. In honor of this initiative, the LMU-DCOM Clinic is offering free community CPR training workshops. We visited with the American Heart Association Training Center Director, Jonathan Green.
Benefits of learning CPR is to increase the survival rate among cardiac arrest victims. And most of the people in the community, it's usually the biggest part of the time that they spend with someone is their family, and then of course in their position, in their job, in their occupation that they may be doing, they may be a first responder, so they also would increase the chance of survivability. Time is of essence. Having an automatic external defibrillator at the facility, it shows that defibrillation, basically you're doing CPR until a defibrillator can get there to shock that patient. So if everyone can increase their, getting automatic external defibrillators in their facilities will increase that survivability rate, especially in this rural setting in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia. And that's who we typically serve and is our largest majority of our patient, education outreach program.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death for both men and women, and LMU-DCOM is proudly doing their part to prevent heart disease and increase awareness of its effects.
Here at LMU-DCOM, we're committed to increasing the survival rate among cardiac arrest victims due to strokes and heart attacks. And our goal is to increase that patient's outcome, the survivability of it. And we here offer CPR, first aid, AED, automatic external defibrillator, advanced cardiac life support, and pediatric life support. And it's also a two-year program. The card is good for 2 years, and the course ranges anywhere from 4 to 6 hours for the CPR, AED, and first aid. They can come here on campus, or we can come to them out in the community. We offer this to DO students, PA students, CRNA, nursing, paramedics, EMS, police, fire, rescue, dental offices, physician offices, and a big majority of our students are middle and high school students. Actually, we're doing a study on school-age kids because it is evidence has shown that teaching those hands-on method to school-age kids is a very cost-effective means of increasing survival rates, and we believe that in the future we'll be going and doing more students in the high school and middle school setting.
LMU-DCOM offers a wide range of courses and certifications for today's healthcare providers and the public at large through the Center for Stimulation and Training. Using the state-of-the-art equipment and facilities, the training center's instructors provide medical education in the areas of basic life support, advanced cardiac life support, and pediatric advanced life support.
Basically, you're doing 2 to 2.5 inches in depth on the compression, and you're ventilating for 1 second, enough to get the chest to rise and fall. And then in your infant, you're basically using 2 fingers to do your compressions, and you're just tilting the head back enough to open up the airway. And you're just enough air that it would take that you could fill your jaws full of air is all you would ventilate in the kid. Of course, we encourage them to use a pocket face mask if it's a community lay rescue or anybody that doesn't have the professional bag valve mask. And so we encourage them to use the pocket face mask. And they're also, if they decide they're not going to do ventilations mouth to mouth, then they can do hands-only compression CPR, and that's where they just put their hands on the center of the chest and they pump 2 to 2.5 inches deep, doing 100 to 120 per minute, and until help gets there. And that they decide, and that's legal to be able to do that in the state of Tennessee. So they passed that ruling actually through the American Heart Association too. So.
Just as living a healthy lifestyle is key to having a healthy heart, and learning CPR is key to saving hearts. The training center is authorized to provide training in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. For more information on how you or your community group can participate in CPR training, you can contact Training Center Coordinator Jonathan Green at 423-869-6480. Lincoln Memorial University's Carter and Moyer School of Education hosted the Clinch Powell Educational Cooperative Science Fair last Friday at Tex Turner Arena. The science fair consisted of 26 students in the 6th grade from 6 counties competing in a regional competition with over $2,000 in prizes. Wyatt Hammer, a student at Rutledge Elementary School representing Granger County, took home the $1,000 first prize. His project was titled "Which is a Must to Avoid Rust?" Joe Ferguson, a Hancock Middle School student representing Hancock County, earned second place honors and the $750 prize for his project titled "Crank It Up." Zach Williams, a student at Jacksboro Middle School and representing Campbell County, placed third, winning $500. Dr. Emil Josterfer, Dean of the School of Mathematics and Sciences, gave a keynote address on the substance of STEM during that program.
How long do the students have to prepare for this science fair?
Well, the process really, they work with their teachers at their schools, and these are 6th graders. And so those teachers, obviously parents and other significant others, help them to be motivated and to work on these things. But that starts basically in the fall. It's a process that goes along as they formulate this. They have presentations at their schools, which are judged, and they come up with the top students at their schools. And then those winners actually get an iPad, and then they get the privilege to come here to LMU and compete against all of the 6 counties in the Clinch Powell Educational Cooperative. The level of the projects this year, I've been here 3 years now, was a step and then a step and another step. So it's exciting to see as they are challenged and see what their peers are doing, that that level has become better and better. So they go around and they talk to each student. The student can demonstrate what they actually did. Many of them will have not only a display board, but they'll have some apparatus or materials they use to do their experiment right there on the table for them. And so they can typically show them, here's what I did, and answer questions. The judges ask them questions to see if they really know what they did. And these students are sharp, and they're able to tell you exactly what they did.
Each winner at the school level won an iPad or an Apple iPad tablet. Projects judged to the top in each county advanced to the contest at LMU, where master's level students and professors judge the competition. The Lincoln Memorial University Police and Security Department has partnered with the Tennessee Governor's Highway Safety Office for the 2016 Seatbelts Are for Everyone campaign. The campaign is designed to increase seatbelt and child passenger safety restraint usage in the state of Tennessee. LMU joins the SAFE campaign to increase the safety and awareness on the main campus in Harrogate and to encourage safe driving and seatbelt use to and from the campus. The LMU main campus roads see a large amount of traffic for a small concentrated area, and during the campaign, LMU police will participate in awareness and education activities across the campus and perform traffic stops. According to LMU Police and Fire Safety Director Jamie Snow, it is the goal that every person that comes onto campus returns safely home, and the SAFE campaign is one more effort toward that goal. They are raising awareness through education and enforcement of the importance of drivers and passengers to buckle up every time for every trip. The SAFE campaign is in its 3rd year and has delivered some impressive results that included 2,470 child restraint violations, 33,879 seatbelt violations, and 671 other seatbelt enforcement activities. The SAFE campaign got underway on February 1st and will run through August 1st. Participating agencies will pay special attention to nighttime seatbelt enforcement. Historically, 50% of Tennessee's traffic fatalities are unbelted. That percent increases to nearly 60 when nighttime crashes are examined. So remember to buckle up for every trip. If you have been on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University and made a stop by the cafeteria, I can guarantee you that there was a smile down there that you will never forget. Students, faculty, and staff alike are always greeted by Miss Kim, who always has a smile to give and an encouraging word. When student Johnny Bracewell met Miss Kim as a freshman, they had an immediate connection.
It was one day during like the lunchtime, I walked in and I was listening to Lecrae, which is Tripley's best friend, and they make music together. So she was like, "Have you heard of Tripley?" I was like, oh yes, he's on this song right now I'm listening to. So it was like, so we're laughing and stuff, and she just told me, like, she's like, I love Trip Lee, and since my freshman year, she's been talking about him, like, every time, like, new music comes out, every time, like, he got, like, when his book came out last year, and I was telling her about it, she was excited, and she just loves him because he's a rapper, preacher, and an author. So yeah, so it was exciting.
Winter Jam 2016 was held on Saturday, February 13th at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville. Among many of the performers, Trip Lee was one of those performing. Throughout the week before, students worked on circulating a tweet with the hashtag Miss Kim Meets Trip Lee. The hashtag was retweeted hundreds of times and a connection was made between Johnny and members of the tour. The day before the concert, Miss Kim posted the photo on social media with the caption, "You are the reason I come to work every day." Last Monday, Bracewell posted the photo with Miss Kim getting to meet Trip Lee after the concert with the caption, "Big thanks to all of you who tweeted and tweeted and tweeted to get his attention to make this happen." Miss Kim got to chat with him for some time and even bragged about her LMU students who made it possible for them to meet. So a big congratulations to Miss Kim. You are very special to all of us and we always look forward to seeing you every single day. Well, coming up after the break, the Pet of the Week is back and you do not want to miss this week's furry friend that is available for adoption at the Claiborne Animal Shelter. So keep it right here on LMU Community TV News.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. In that college education. I dare you to be somebody important. Like be a teacher. Or a reality TV star. I dare you to stand up here. To call the shots. To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
You can change my life.
Make me excited about science like you. Have a career that really means something. Then do it. I dare you.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
A furry face is the perfect addition for any family, and each week we bring you adoptable pups from the Claiborne Animal Shelter. These furry faces are available for adoption at the shelter, so let's show off this week's Pet of the Week in hopes of finding its forever family and home. Following your Pet of the Week, stay with us because Adam Haley has your sports update, followed by entertainment with Joseph Lewis. Hey everyone, we are back with the Pet of the Week, and I am here with Liza from the Claiborne Animal Shelter, and she has with her Buckwheat. So tell us about Buckwheat.
Well, Buckwheat is as far as we can tell, he's a German Shepherd Lab mix, and he's got really a pretty coat.
Yes.
It's hard to explain what color it is. It's almost like a wheat color.
Yeah.
And he's been with us for quite a while. He came in with 2 other puppies, and they were very underweight, malnourished, and then he and his brother had a lot of hair loss.
Yeah.
So he's about 4 months old, but it's taken us 2 months just to get where his fur is all grown back and he's healthy now. And do not be fooled by the way he's acting right now, because it's all a big trick. He's a very lively little puppy.
Are you faking? Are you being shy? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We want to show everyone how you are. Yeah, there you go. All right, so tell us about what they're mixed, generally, their behavior and, personalities.
Okay, well, first of all, with a lab, you're just going to get a really good dog. And same with the German Shepherd. I mean, if I were in the market for a puppy, I think I'd look for that mixture, just because they're very intelligent, they're very loyal to their families, they're fun, they're active, they're drive you crazy until they're about 3 years old, and then until they run out of their puppiness.
So soft.
They're easy to house train because they're a bigger dog. It's easier for them to control their bladder. Younger, like he would be able to be house trained really quickly, I would think, and they're smart, and they want to please their owners, and they want to do stuff with them, like go on jogs or go play catch, or maybe take an agility class.
Right.
And of course, a Shepherd Lab mix would make a wonderful therapy dog as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Very, very smart. So Buckwheat is very nervous about this whole situation.
Yeah.
And if he would just put his little ears up so you could see how darling he is when he's being his normal self. But I don't think he's going to do that.
So what type of family would he be good with?
He would be good with a family with older young children, maybe 5 years old or more. An active family.
Yes.
Someone who's going to take him for walks. A nice fenced yard would be good, so he can run outside and play and not wander off. And a family that's going to be a family. That's going to spend time with them, be there with them, not just put them in a crate and leave for the day. And he's an inside pup.
Okay.
But he'll do well outside too. But he's, we always like all of our puppies to be indoor dogs.
Right.
So he's very active and energetic.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, do not be fooled by the way he's acting right now.
Okay, he's being a total.
He's wearing his mask.
He's acting.
Yes.
You're acting.
He is.
Okay, so how would a family go about getting to meet Mr. Buckwheat?
Well, they can come to the shelter. We're open Monday through Friday from 10 until 4 and Saturday from 10 until 2. Or they can go online to claiborneanimalshelter.com and submit an online application. We do a background check, make sure that references are up to date, that all the other pets in the family have been spayed or neutered, unless there's a medical reason why they weren't. And we want to make sure that when Buckwheat goes home, that he's going to go home to a place that's going to take care of him, and not go someplace wherever he came from. He was just a little stray. So with all of our puppies, we don't have them available for too long because we send transports out. So if anybody's interested in him, they've got to act fast. Otherwise, we're sending him up north where they can't get enough puppies.
All right.
So he's really is a sweet little guy. And if you come in the shelter to meet him, you'll see him in there wrestling with his brother and barking and shooting off his mouth and acting like a big shot.
Are you a big shot?
I'm a big shot.
Well, your collar does say bad to the bone. So I can see it.
And see how he's got this little permanent smile around his face?
Yes, he does.
He's a beautiful, it's so hard to even describe what his fur is like, but he's just really got beautiful markings, and he's a really nice little guy.
Okay, is he on Facebook?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so go to Facebook, check him out, Pet Finder also, and visit the Claiborne Animal Shelter so you can get to know this little guy and maybe make him a part of your family.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
College. It can seem a million miles away. But what if you could get help with your tuition expenses? Get help filling out all those applications and finding a major that fits. All of a sudden, the impossible becomes possible. Visit collegefortn.org today. College. You can get there from here.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Welcome back. The LMU basketball teams just completed their final regular season road trip this past Wednesday when they traveled to Anderson, South Carolina to face the Trojans. The Anderson women came into their match with LMU ranked 21st in the latest national poll and as the regular season champions. The Trojans started the game off on an 11-5 run before leading after the first 18-15. LMU tried to battle back in the second, but every time they got close, Anderson would hit a 3 to keep the Lady Rail Splitters at bay, and Anderson would lead at halftime 32-26. Anderson started to pull away in the third and show why they're one of the top teams in the country. The lead grew to as many as 17 before leading by 13 points after 3 quarters. LMU made the game interesting with about a minute to go as they finished the game on a 7-1 run, but the deficit was too much and LMU lost 67-62. Megan Pittman led LMU with 13 points and 13 rebounds. With the loss, LMU falls into a tie with Catawba for the 5th spot in the conference standings. The LMU men, who found out earlier in the day Wednesday that they are still the first team in the NCAA Southeast Regional Rankings, went into their battle with Anderson, looking to continue history. The Trojans, however, came out on fire, running off to a 7-point lead in the first 6 minutes. The Rail Splitters would battle back and tie the game at 21 halfway through the first half. And as has been the routine most of the season, the Rail Splitters went on a run to pull away. This time it was a 19-2 run to end the half, and LMU led 46-29. Anderson would not go away in the second half, trimming LMU's lead to as little as 12 on multiple occasions, but that would be as close as they would get. The Trojans put up a good fight, but LMU picked up their 21st conference win of the season, 87-71. Luquan Choice and Jarrell Simmons each had 20 points to lead LMU in scoring. The LMU basketball team's regular seasons will wrap up this weekend at home when they play host to Catawba College. The LMU women will tip at 2 p.m. with the winner taking 5th place in the conference. The LMU men will be looking to become the first SAC team to complete a season undefeated in conference when they'll tip around 4 p.m. LMU Sports Network coverage will start at 1:40 p.m. on 91.3 FM WLMU and LMU Community TV. The LMU women's lacrosse team was in action this past Wednesday when they met Young Harris in Gatlinburg, Tennessee due to the weather. Rachel Lapine scored less than 90 seconds in for Young Harris, and she started an 11-0 run that would prove to be too much on this day for LMU. The Lady Rail Splitters gave up 16 first-half goals and lost the game 22-5. The loss drops LMU to 1-1 on the season, and they'll be back in action on March 5th at home against Newberry. This weekend, the LMU baseball team will play host to Anderson for a 3-game set. On Saturday, the two will play a doubleheader starting at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. at the Lamar Hennon Field. Game 3 is scheduled for Sunday at 1 p.m. The LMU softball team will be on the road in Spartanburg, South Carolina for the Mid-South Classic. They'll take on the likes of UNC Pembroke, Lander, Augusta, and Southern Indiana over 2 days. And the LMU men's lacrosse team will be in action on Saturday afternoon over in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, when they face Queens University at 2 p.m. You can follow all these games with live stats and possible live video online at LMURailSplitters.com. The Cumberland Gap Panthers varsity boys basketball team brought home a trophy this week when they defeated Greenville Tuesday evening 54-53. The Panthers hit the front end of a 1-1 with 1.9 seconds left to win their first district title in school history. With the win, the Panthers will move on to the regional tournament on Saturday night. They will host Elizabethton at 7 p.m. The winner faces the winner of Granger versus Unicoi County next week in the regional semifinals. Also, the Lady Panthers are in the regional tournament after their 4th place finish in the district. They'll start on the road against Elizabethton Friday night at 7 p.m. The winner of that one will move on to face the winner of Chucky Doke in Happy Valley next week. Now that's all for sports this weekend, but stay tuned. Joseph Lewis and Tyler Rowlett will be here after the break to let you know about movies being released to the big screen and what concerts are happening around the area when we return to LMU Community TV News.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Coming to theaters this week is 999, the latest work from director John Hillcoat, the visionary filmmaker behind such bleak, hard-boiled dramas as The Proposition, Lawless, and the 2009 adaptation of Cormac McCarthy's The Road. 999 is a crime thriller centered around a group of convicted criminals and corrupt cops blackmailed by the Russian mafia and forced to perform an elaborate, dangerous heist. All-Star doesn't quite describe the film's immensely talented cast, which includes Casey Affleck, Kate Winslet, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Woody Harrelson, and Anthony Mackie, alongside Aaron Paul of Breaking Bad, Norman Reedus of The Walking Dead, and Michael Kenneth Williams of Boardwalk Empire. Next up for this week is Gods of Egypt, a fantasy film from The Crow and Dark City director Alex Proyas, in which a lowly mortal aligns himself with the deity Horus in order to reclaim the Egyptian empire from the tyrannical clutches of Set, the god of chaos and war. Game of Thrones actor Nikolai Coster-Waldau and Gerard Butler star as Horus and Set, respectively, and the supporting cast includes Brenton Thwaites, Chadwick Boseman, Rufus Sewell, and Jeffrey Rush. Also new to theaters this week is Eddie the Eagle, a biographical drama about Eddie the Eagle Edwards, the first professional skier to represent Great Britain in Olympic ski jumping. Kingsman's Taron Egerton stars as Eddie, acting alongside Hugh Jackman and Christopher Walken. Lastly for this week, and arriving in select IMAX theaters as well as home television screens everywhere, is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Sword of Destiny, a sequel to Ang Lee's smash hit martial arts drama, directed this time by Kill Bill's legendary action choreographer Yen Wu-ping, and released in America courtesy of a unique agreement between Netflix, IMAX, and the Weinstein Company. 999, Gods of Egypt, and Eddie the Eagle can be seen in theaters nationwide starting this Friday, February 26th, while Sword of Destiny will be available in IMAX venues or to anyone with a Netflix account, and as always, be sure to check your local listings for special Thursday night screenings in the area. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
I'm Tyler Rowlett of 91.3 WLMU and LMU Community TV. Here's your concert calendar for the week of February 26, 2016. Coming Sunday and Monday, February 28th and 29th to the International in Knoxville is Kevin Gates. The Louisiana rapper is currently on the rise, becoming less underground with every show he plays. Gates has been selling out many dates on his most recent tour, which seems to heavily feature college towns. After one night sold out so quickly, the International added a second night, so there's still an opportunity to see Gates at a smaller venue before he becomes one of the biggest names in hip-hop. Influenced by Southern rappers like Master P and initially being discovered by Lil Wayne, Gates is a rapper who isn't afraid to talk about his personal struggles and fears, which has helped him build a connection with his fans. For more information on this event, you can visit internationalknox.com. Coming Wednesday to the Tennessee Theater is the classic rock group Foreigner. They're one of the best-selling bands of all time, selling over 80 million albums worldwide throughout their career. Foreigner is a staple of classic rock radio with hits like I Wanna Know What Love Is, Jukebox Hero, Cold as Ice, and many more. Guitarist Mick Jones is the only original member, but the band's live show will still make you think it's the late 1970s again. I'm Tyler Rowlett of 91.3 WLMU and LMU Community TV, and that's your concert calendar for the week of February 26, 2016.
And that is going to do it for your LMU Community TV News Weekend Edition.
I'm Adam Haley. Thank you for joining us, and we shall see you on Monday.
For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Hurley. Have a great weekend.